All right. First and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world calls Christ Yahushai. All right. We're gonna start class today with giving O.J. Simpson that round of applause to make a parole. Okay. YouTube gonna terminate this broadcast and terminate broadcast. So I guess that was a big story this week. This O.J. Simpson thing. I want to say that would, I mean, there's a lot. There's a million other people, black people, just got murdered this week, I'm sure, by the police. Is that anything? Oh, that's what's going on. White Lives Matter, hashtag. You ain't got it. See, you have white people that's getting upset with Black Lives Matter and all these various things. That's going on. That's been going on. But the clear reason why you have to remind people that Black Lives Matter is because when a white person dies, they make it a huge deal. So some white girl got gunned down by the police. Some just blonde hair white girl got murdered by the police. It was poetic. And the media is in an outrage about this and saying this is the most innocent person to ever get killed by the police. I say killer. I say that police officer was in fear of his life. That's right. And he did what he was trained to do and shot that girl down. God. And I put my full support behind that police officer. That's just me personally. All right. I don't even know what happened. Somebody get the story from me. Huh? I don't even know what I don't have a lot of information. It's in Australia? Oh. It was a Hammetic cop. He's beautiful. He did something right for a change. Oh, Australia.
I got one in Minnesota.
It was in Minnesota? There was just a whole other one. Let me see.
That's the one that's in America. That's the one.
Let me see. Minnesota.
Yeah, Minneapolis.
Oh, she's Australian. Who got it? You got it, Cap? Let's bring it out. Let's read about this. I'm just happy. I'm just so happy. It's in Minneapolis. These Minneapolis police, they trigger happy, ain't they?
Hey, look, it's cold because Washington Post got one from Minneapolis and ABC News got it in Minnesota. So who's telling the truth?
No, Minneapolis is in Minnesota.
Oh, so I didn't know that.
Gotta know your 50 nifty United States, brother. Go ahead.
This is via CNN.com. It says the family of a woman who was shot to death by Minneapolis police is making a desperate plea for information about the last moments of her life. Justine, I'm not even gonna dare try to pronounce his last name. Can you pull that? Can you pull that out?
Oh, Rezacek. Rezacek. That's got to be it, or something along those lines. Rezacek. She's like an Eastern European or something like that.
We're gonna say Justine called 911 on Saturday night.
Yeah, Justine. It's like Coach K. That Coach K type of name. You know what I'm saying? It's along them lines. Yeah. That ain't that though. But go ahead.
We're gonna spell it RUSZCZYK.
Yeah, it's like Richeski, but go ahead.
Right.
To hell with that devil's name.
Right. It's like
her real name is Ottawa.
It's like Wally
Zerbiak. Remember Zerbiak? Yeah, Wally Zerbiak.
So it says Justine called 911 on Saturday night to report a possible sexual assault in an alley near her home. Her fiance, Don Damon, said in a news conference Monday. 2 police officers respond, and one of them killed Rusacek or Justine.
They did what they were supposed to do.
Okay.
They operated within the full confines of their power as law enforcement officers. If you ask me, go ahead.
Right.
Hey, blue lives matter, man.
Blue lives matter. Right.
Go ahead.
She died of a gunshot wound to the abdomen, an autopsy revealed. Otherwise, police still haven't explained how or why the shooting occurred, Damon said. Sadly, her family and I...
So there's no details as to what happened. She calls the cops, they shoot her. Sounds a lot like what happened to the sister, right? Coincidentally enough, that whole just went through with the police was behind the camp that we did in honor of the sister in Seattle that was murdered by the police for simply calling for help.
Right.
Here we are a month later, a white woman calls for help. A white woman is killed in cold blood. Nobody has any answers. Nobody knows what happened. In the same city. That's why I said somebody get the Philando Castile story. In the same place where they killed Philando Castile. Here in the greater Minneapolis area of Minnesota. Go ahead.
Sadly, her family and I have been provided with almost no additional information from law enforcement regarding what happened after police arrived. A tearful Damon said he struggled for composure. We've lost the dearest of people, and we are desperate for information. Piecing together Justine's last moments before the homicide would be a small comfort as well. Or, excuse me, a small comfort as we... I don't know what's going on here. So why? Oh, as we grieve this tragedy. Excuse me. Yeah, that's pretty much after that.
One officer comes forward. Is that it?
Officer comes forward. Justine was originally from Australia, and her death was made headlines in both her native country and her adopted home in Minneapolis. Well-wishers contributed to a makeshift memorial in an alley near her home, among stuffed animals and messages drawn in chalk. A handwritten sign asked, "Why do you shoot and kill our neighbor? Why did you shoot and kill our neighbor and friend?" Two officers who responded to the scene are on administrative leave. Minneapolis police spokesman Scott Soroka said. The officer involved in the shooting, Mohammed Noor, extended his condolences to the family in a statement through his attorney. Noor came to the United States at a young age and is thankful to have so many opportunities, attorney Thomas Plunkett said.
Wait, Salaki, read that part again.
It says the officer involved in the shooting, Mohammed Noor.
This is the Hamite.
Right.
This is the East African man, right? Okay.
Extended his condolence to the family in a statement through his attorney.
Ooh. When have you ever heard of the killer cop extending a condolence to the family?
That's right.
Where was Michael Brown's condolence? Philando Castile's condolence? Charlene Allows, I mean, all the Eric Garner's condolences. Where did that happen? You see how great they're treating this white woman. How much outrage they're doing for this white woman. The police are extending condolences. You shot this girl. Why are you saying sorry about it? You did what you were supposed to do. Officer.
Justified homicide?
This is a justified homicide, you ask me. It's an open and shut case. You see what I'm saying? Let him, he keeps his job, he gets a promotion. If you ask me, loses his job.
Okay.
And possibly gets indicted. And possibly goes to prison. At least for man too. Go ahead.
And you spoke about it earlier, you know, just kind of jesting with the statement, "I fear for my life." That's usually the only statement that is released when it's a white cop or a heathen cop gunning down a Jake. That's the only statements ever released. "I fear for my life," and then they take it from there. You know, going back, it says Noor came to the United States at a young age and is thankful to have had so many opportunities, attorney Thomas Plunkett said. He takes these events very seriously because for him, being a police officer is a calling, the lawyer said. He joined the police force to serve the community and to protect the people he serves. Officer Noor is a caring person with a family he loves, and he empathizes with the loss others are experiencing.
He's empathetic. When have you ever seen the police be empathetic when a black or Hispanic Native Indian is gunned down? That's unheard of. That's unprecedented. This poor white woman from down under gets gunned down, and the police is expressing sorrow. This is unheard of. Go ahead.
The current environment for police is difficult, but Officer Noor accepts this as part of his calling. We would like to say more and will in the future, the statement said. At this time, however, there are several investigations ongoing, and Officer Noor wants to respect the privacy to the family and asks the same in return during this difficult period. It says, piecing together what happened. The shooting occurred shortly after 11 p.m. on Saturday. Minneapolis Mayor Betsy Hodges said, the Minneapolis Department of Public Safety is handling the investigation. The officers were wearing body cameras, but they were not turned on during the incident. The mayor said, per department policy, body cameras are supposed to be turned on prior to use of force.
So wait a minute, the body camera wasn't on?
No.
You see that? You see that? Now I'm gonna tell you how much bullshit this is, right? Excuse my language for anybody out there who's offended by it. Now, everybody saw us get arrested, right? If you weren't there, you seen it on the video. All them cops had their body cameras on. Because when I was getting searched, I'm hearing the officers that's doing it reporting to their sergeant, it's all on camera. I didn't even see they had body cameras on. So they know damn good and well to turn them cameras on, and they be having them cameras on. When the camera isn't on, the camera wasn't on, the tape was destroyed. That's all that's occurred. This tape can't be found. They have them damn body cameras on, because it's only when something happens coincidentally that there's just no footage. Go ahead.
You know what's funny, man? That's the situation that happened in Baltimore. Did anybody see that video where the Baltimore cop staged the dope? You seen that? And I guess they staged the dope and then went, you know, it was like in like a back alley somewhere, you know, some abandoned home. Then he tried to go back out to the street and then walk up like it was regular. But I guess they said there's some sort of feature with the body camera that says it films 30 seconds prior to it being on. So I'm not understanding how that even works. How you can the body camera is just automatically going to record 30 seconds before it turns on, but this body camera wasn't turning at all. You don't have no you don't have no footage. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird how these body cameras are set up in terms of what it captures and what it doesn't. So whether it's turned on or not, we see, or the explanation they give with the Baltimore that it records before you even turn it on. So it should be something there. Going back, what you have? You have something?
I was just like, how does the camera even get a know when they didn't turn it on?
Thank you. That's what I said. It's weird. It's weird. But
they say the camera's supposed to be on at all times.
That's what I thought. As soon as you come in contact, right?
It's got to be rolling.
But this is what it says right here. Body cameras are supposed to be turned on prior to use of force. So it's like, all right, I know I'm about to shoot this person, so let me click this and then I'm going to shoot. And it's like, come on. I thought you fear for your life. You know, if you fear for your life and you had enough discretion and you know, you were conscious enough to turn your body camera on, you wasn't conscious enough to do use any other method to try to diffuse the situation. Come on.
That protocol, what they're supposed to do.
Exactly.
They shouldn't have that job if they're not fit. If they don't have the nerves for that job.
Exactly.
When it comes to public safety, they're going like, you know, but they never accountable for anything.
Never.
They can break every rule, every law, and never accountable.
And they always gonna have an excuse. Somebody get that. What is that? Ciroc 37.
What are we going to find an excuse according to as well? That's 37 and 17.
37, 17, 16. One of them.
32 and 17.
Right. You're right.
Get it.
The Ciroc 32 and 17. A sinful man will not be reproved.
It says a sinful man will not be reproved, right? So we can understand the so-called white man. I mean, he's always gonna find some way, you know, to turn the blame off of him. He does not want to receive no reproof, no rebuke, or no type of scrutiny for his wrongdoing, which is why anytime you try to bring up transatlantic slave trade, the conquest of the Blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, all the rape, rob, the murder, the blood that's on their hands, they don't ever want to address it. But as soon as somebody does something to them, you commemorate it and you remember it. It's every day, September 11th, every year. I'm talking about for the past years, they have let you relive that day. All right, and they've even added to it. They've made movies. They've done all of these different type of things to memorize that. But anything, you know, where they're the perpetrator, they don't want you to remember. What you got?
Even in San Bernardino, where they had the shooting like 2 years back, something like that. Anyways, they got that big old banner right there. Always remember, San Bernardino stands strong. Things like that.
I'll see. Always remember. All right, but when it comes down for us to remember, as the Lord will remember, as the scripture say, the Lord requires that which is past. When we want to stand by those things, we're tripping. You know, it's not conducive to the new way or the direction that we're going in to try to, you know, blend together, blend and bond together as a nation. All right, blending and we're bonding. That's what they want to do. When we want to separate from that because all the wickedness that they've done. You know, that's when they're gonna find that excuse. Finish the scripture out.
But find it an excuse according to his will.
Well, I fear for my life, and I couldn't. And since I was in such fear, I wasn't able to turn the body camera on. You know, well, yeah, I killed him, but we just found out that he had stole something from the store earlier today. So, I mean, that's got to account for something. You know, God was actually on my side that day. Okay, this was a thief. He was a menace, and he probably could have killed and robbed many more people in the future. Who knows? And you know, that's what the scripture said. Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. You know what I'm saying? Whose possessors killed him, slay you, and hold themselves not guilty. You know, which say in their hearts, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. They want to sit up and say that the Lord is on their side for doing these wicked acts, rather than taking responsibility for what they did. All right, but as we know, the scripture says the Lord's judgment is likened unto a ring. All right, whatever that person that you did that to, hey, whoever perished being innocent. All right, they had their reward, but guess what? Something's coming upon you. The Lord is waiting for that ultimate destruction to come down for you to have to pay your price. All right, what you got? All right.
I got to mention Saigon Pen. After he was acquitted, but shoot those police officers, they stayed on him until they actually killed him. And they was hovering around his. I stayed on the same street.
Right.
He stayed on his corner, and they used to always hovering around his house, parked outside of his home. You know?
Right.
And shortly after that, he came up dead.
What'd you have, Yash?
I had a preacher.
Bring it up.
Dealing with, you know, Ham.
That's right.
She's an Australian woman. They always have videos of, you know, the Edomites over there beating up on Ham, killing Ham.
Yeah, they doing all type of madness. They got them in like refugee camps and stuff out there in Australia. Wow.
So this is the book of Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places.
And see, man, we got to understand that a lot of these things is going to happen, or excuse me, a lot of these things will be sparked by just random situations like this. We don't know what the Hamite was thinking on this white woman. Could it have been sparked by what he's seeing is happening to his people over in Australia? It could have been. Or it could have just been the Lord's judgment coming around. You guys are doing those things over there. So here it is in the Americas. We got this Hamite, and we're going to gun down and have him gut down this Australian, which we Edomite woman. Have it like that. But then from there, it might spark something over there. Because they said it was broadcast in her native land and here in the States. So when you see that happen, it might spark something over there. Then you got the damn Aussies over here, and the Hamites might get into something, you know, in the crossfire. The Aussies might think that some Jake is a Hamite. He gets gut down. Now we get into it. Then the Hispanic, hey, that might be what sparks it off. We looking for some Edomite to kill Jake. It might be something with the other nations. And then everybody just slowly but surely get into it. That's how the Third World War is going, where Israel and Iran is getting into it. And then they big homies now got to get into it. Now they sucking and drawing everybody in. The least of them is going to draw the people out. Go ahead.
Chapter 35, verse 8. Let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he hath hid catch himself.
Listen, it says, let destruction come upon him unaware, and the net that he hid, let him be taken by that net, right? because that's really going into the system that Esau set up. They set up the system that's supposed to be against you, and then they get caught up into the same thing. It also goes into he that calls it the righteous to go astray and evil, he himself shall fall into his own pit. You know, when you set this thing up and it's supposed to go out for it's like the crack, crystal, all of these different drugs you try to push into the black community and the Hispanic community. Next thing you know, you see these white women coming up, one to party, one to get down, and now they strung out. You know, go ahead.
Into that very destruction, let him fall.
Let him fall. All right. So the Esau is getting that perfect judgment coming right back around to him. All right. You set up that wickedness, you're gonna die by that wickedness. You out here living by the sword, you're gonna die by that sword. All right.
That's just a fact.
That's a fact.
Let
me finish it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Body cameras are supposed to be turned on prior to the use of force, as soon as it is safe to do so, or, as the brother said, during any contact involving criminal activity.
This is a call for a sexual assault.
That's right.
I would say you should have had that bad boy on. Now I'm gonna tell you what's interesting also. What I was just doing on my phone was I was looking up the CNN articles, because that's what we're reading off of, CNN, as they broke when the initial incident happened with Philando Castillo. Same publication, same area. Do you know that CNN went out of their way to write articles and publish propaganda about Philando Castillo being pulled over 52 times? And he even got pulled over by the cop that killed him. I didn't know that until right now. A way to put that out there. That goes back to that obese Jabba the Hutt, life jacket on, having white monster that came up to camp. They were criminals. This is all white media has to do is bring up the criminal record of a black man, and white people can sleep at night knowing a black man was murdered. That's right. But they don't want nobody to sleep. Guess who was the first person on the front line with the family of this white woman murdered by the police? Philando Castillo's mother. She should be ashamed of herself. Loving everybody. She just feels for her. Because she heard she got murdered like my son got murdered. No, she didn't. She got murdered under entirely different circumstances. That's absolutely disgusting, man. That our people are behind everybody's cause. You can't nobody have a cause without black people and Hispanic people being a part of it. It's impossible. How you gonna? What cause you gonna have? Who's gonna support it? You see what I'm saying? But go ahead.
As mayor of our city, a wife and a grandmother, I am heartstruck. I am heartsick and deeply disturbed by what occurred last night. Hodges said Sunday about what took place. And while the investigation is still in its early stages, I am asking the BCA to release as much information as quickly as they are able to. Minneapolis Police Chief Janae Harto echoed the mayor's concerns. She said that the department has requested an expedited external independent investigation to ensure transparency.
I hope he gets off. That's all I can say. More?
Yeah. A statement from Chief Harto regarding officer involved shooting. I want to acknowledge the pain and frustration that family and community members have following the fatal officer involved shooting on Saturday night. This is clearly a tragic death. I also want to assure you that I understand why so many people have so many questions at this point. I have many of the same questions, and it is why we immediately asked for an external and independent investigation into officer involved shooting death. I've asked for the investigation to be expedited to provide transparency and to answer as many questions as quickly as we can. It says, in failing to turn on their body cameras, the American Civil Liberty Union of Minnesota accused the officers of thwarting the public's right to know what happened to Justine.
Yeah, these cops need to start getting fired for not doing that. they put these body cameras on you because you've done so much dirt in your damn life. So that's why they put in the body. So you should be getting fired or fined, suspended, something when you don't turn your body camera on, especially when there's a dead body involved, right? Go ahead.
She had resided in the United States since April 2014. A source who knew her said she was living with her fiance at the time of her death, and they were planning to marry in August. It is difficult.
The Philandro Castile.
And listen, like literally, they have Philandro Castile playing right here on the right.
Who dude just got acquitted?
Right.
Of course, of manslaughter.
It's difficult to fathom how to go forward without her in my life, Damon said Monday. Our hearts are broken, and we are utterly devastated by the loss of Justine. Justine has dual citizenship in the United States and Australia because her father holds U.S. citizenship. The source said the country's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade said it is providing consular assistance to the woman's family. The death of Justine is a loss to everyone who knew her. She touched so many people with her loving and generous heart. Damon said Monday.
Such a good white woman.
I'm listening, man. I'm talking about Mike Brown, Philando Castile, all of them. They never spoke about how many lives they touched or what they meant to anybody.
That's all right. What about all the lives O.J. Simpson touched? Let's talk about that.
Exactly.
Let's talk about how great of a man O.J., how great of a father O.J. Simpson is.
That's right.
Talk about that tonight. All right, go ahead.
Our lives are forever changed as a result of knowing her. She was so kind and so darn funny. She made us all laugh with her great wit.
With her quips, with her little quips.
Yeah. Horrible. According to her website, Justine trained as a veterinarian and later became a yoga instructor and a life coach.
Look at her. All the great things she's done. What does a nigger do? He's a criminal.
Hey, the brother just said she didn't have no weed somewhere. She had to have some weed somewhere. She had to have some weed, some coke. All right. There was coke in her system. She did yoga.
I'm happy to see O.J. Simpson with handcuffs on instead of a golf club.
Wow, that's disgusting. Why would you want to see O.J. Simpson in handcuffs? What did O.J. Simpson? I mean, what did he do? They had a Negro to say that. See, I was gonna pitch another Negro. Yeah, just like the nigga they had sit on that for the prosecution against him, who to this day swears O.J.'s guilty. Here's my thing, Mr. Prosecuting Attorney. Why couldn't you prove it? If he just did it and it was so obvious, hey, lock, stock, and barrel, he's doing life. No. Then they lock him up for 9 years for stuff that belonged to him. You hear what he told the parole? Yeah, that stuff I'm in here for, I actually have it now. I actually legally have obtained that stuff. That's how crazy it is. The victim of his crime is in there testifying on his behalf. So he didn't even do nothing in the first place. Right? But go ahead.
It's funny because the title of this paragraph says she was a healer.
My
man.
God, I'm just so happy. I'm so happy the cops got it right.
Man.
But we got to understand, there's not one person more protected in America than a white woman. Not one. No, not one. I'm going to tell you that right now. That white woman, you touch her as a black man, Hispanic man, you are an absolute monster. You bring harm to her in any way, prepare for public execution. You see what I'm saying? You don't believe me? Ask Emmett Till. You ever heard of that guy before? He knows. He knows very well. Well, ask O.J. Simpson. They treat him and propagate him as a murderer. Acquitted for murder, officer.
What about the Freddie J? He was 14 years old. Remember the police was showing two little drowned white girls, and the whole town blamed it on him.
Yeah, the youngest.
Also, who knows why the statute of limitations, or not the statute of limitations, the age of consent is 18. Who knows why that is? And who knows what it used to be? It used to be 15. Why did they change it?
What? Because a black man.
One black man.
Got with a white woman.
One black man by the name of Jack Johnson, the legendary boxer. He was having he was having sex with so many white girls that they moved the age of consent back 3 years. Straight up and down. He was and knocking white men clean out in the ring. To the killing white people in the ring. Legally. That's Jack Johnson. That the white woman is so protected. They said Jack Johnson's having sex with all these white women. We have to stop this. We got to push the age of consent up. You see what I'm saying? They protect that white woman at all costs. Go ahead.
Nancy Coon or Coon. Nancy Coon, an administrator.
I like Coon.
I like Coon better. That's why I twisted. Nancy Coon, an administrator with the Lake Harriet spiritual community, describes.
No.
Oh my God! Listen, we're talking about. Listen, they are putting
New Ageism
on right. Is with the Lake Harriet spiritual community, described Justine as a gifted speaker who imparted a message of love and peace and nonviolence. Justine was dedicated to helping others make transformations in their lives through teaching and coaching.
Well, Muhammad Noor was for you to make a transition in your life to the next life.
To the spirit realm. To remove spirit from body. Flesh. Yeah.
Where is he from? What's last name?
He's Noor. He's an East African.
Noor?
Like more.
N-O-I-R?
No, like more, but Noor.
N-O-R. N-O-O-R?
N-O-O-R, yeah.
Yeah, not Noor like black.
It says she was an amazing leader.
No, my God.
For bridging the gap between science.
How many different people are going to sing this girl's praises? When have you ever seen a black man get talked about this positively in media? I need an article with OJ getting praised.
That's right.
That's all I need. Go ahead.
She was an amazing leader for bridging the gap between science and spirituality.
Oh my God, it's Christian Science. Go ahead.
In a way that was easy to understand and fun. She had a great joy for spiritual growth that inspired those around her. Coon said in a statement. It says, while this is a tragic event, Justine would want us to use this opportunity to develop greater love for each other and look to find solutions by thinking differently. On Sunday, members of Women's March Minnesota honored her in a vigil. This woman was a beautiful light. She was a healer. She
Plenty
was
of black women were there as well, I'm sure.
Man, plenty. You already know. It says she should still be here. One woman said to applause. This should not have happened. That could have been me. That could have been you. That could have been you. That could have been any of us, she added. And we're going to talk about, and we're going to work as a community. But again,
now that a white woman is killed, we're going to make sure we'll make sure another white woman never loses her life. That's what's being said there. What is this? A white woman dies. We're not going to work painstakingly to reduce the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian death. But we will work painstakingly to ensure that no dainty white whore is killed again. You see that? This is what America does. We need to take this as a learning lesson. America is serious about the lives of its good white folks. You see what I'm saying? What movie brings that out? You got a movie called Birth of a Nation. In Birth of a Nation, y'all remember Nat Turner's father kills that white man in the beginning. And them devils come up in the damn thing and they say a white man has lost his life tonight. They're just outraged that a white man died. You see that? They care about the white population. They care, exponentially about white folks. That same care that they have for themselves, you need to have 10 times more care for your own. And that much more disdain for them. You see what I'm saying? Then you'll begin to understand the Bible more better. When you can do that. When you can stop trying to just love everybody. Right? Give me where do I start with this? I guess we could start with Zechariah 11:5. Let's just go there, because here's what's going to happen. I believe he's going to be found guilty of something. This Hamite. He's going to be found guilty of something. They're going to lock him up for something. He's going to lose his job for certain officer.
They said that she came up to the door and he reached over his partner and shot her. So you know they're gonna call with
He reached over and banged her?
Yeah. Yeah, they say
That was a gangland shooting. That wasn't the police. Police ain't even trained to shoot people like that. He going down for something. Period. I'm gonna tell you that right now. All he did was offer condolences. Which, you know, he did that because he was trying to, he know a white woman died, so he's trying to get out of, he's trying to, listen, I need to do what I got to do. You see what I'm saying? This is a big deal. You better take your ass back to Africa, okay? That's your best bet, where they don't extradite, all right? They ain't going to, well, they might go out there. For a white woman, they'll go to Africa to come get your ass. They'll be in the Sudan looking for your ass. I promise you that. Go ahead.
Book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
We are those whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. That white woman dies. I don't see her being held not guilty. Or him, the Hamite. I don't see him being held not guilty. I see him being prosecuted. I see him doing jail time. And for sure, he's losing his job. That's without a doubt he's losing his job behind the death of this white girl. America does not play, has never played about the life of a white woman. It just won't happen. Are you kidding me? The white woman is just the prize of America. The white woman is the embodiment of America. You see that? When you look at the Marilyn Monroes and the Statue of Liberty and all that madness, that's America. You see what I'm saying? All that is just you're looking at America in a bottle. Pale, blonde, you see what I'm saying? And a whore. That's America. That's what this place is. That's why the Bible said Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, the whore. You see what I'm saying? That's what America is. So America has to protect it. So by protecting the white woman, America's protecting itself. You see what I'm saying? And I said this, I did a live stream yesterday on Facebook, but I want to say this again now. Because in the wake of the OJ situation, right? I watched the OJ, the parole hearing live on Facebook Live. I know a lot of brothers watching on the TV and stuff like that. I was watching it on Facebook Live. As we know, Facebook Live has a live chat. So in this live chat, of course, we see white people outraged. And I'm gonna tell you this also proves how important a white woman's life is. All these white people are upset, and even the parole board said letters for us not to let you out, and they based it upon the murder of Nicole Smith and Ron Goldman, right? That's what they based it on, something he got acquitted for, something he was not currently incarcerated for, but they are begging and pleading with the parole board to take it into consideration when parole comes up for O.J. Simpson. Right? Showing you that America they're serious about that white girl's life. Her ass died 23 years ago. Let it go. Get over it. It's in the past. But we're crying about this white woman's blood. But you can't be upset about all the black and Hispanic blood that's been shed. Just that was, you know,
they don't even talk about Ron Goldman.
You know? Well, the only time they talk about Ron Goldman is when they bring up his parents crying about money. Because his punk ass, hoe ass parents want money from OJ.
When did that what was that with Cuba Gooding Jr.? When did that air?
Last year. Last year.
I didn't know about Ron Goldman until I was 25 years old.
You rarely hear about it's all about Nicole.
All about Nicole.
This poor white woman got killed.
Yeah, I didn't know.
They don't talk about the fact that there was some grown man in there that didn't defend and protect this woman.
Yeah.
who just died like a hoe. They don't talk about Ron Goldman. A lot of theorists say that it was probably multiple people that went in there and killed him, meaning it wasn't OJ. You mean to tell me I just walk up in a, I mean, there's, you know, he's big, strong. Which they go, who seen War of the Planet of the Apes? You saw it. You there? That's it? Y'all ain't seen it yet? Y'all better get to that theater.
Best movie of the year.
You know, we'll be out. You know, we'll be out. There might be one more show. You know what I mean? It'd be worth it. But I caught it 2 nights ago. I caught it. They got Woody Harrelson is in this damn movie as the devil the Bible speak about, of course. The total devil. I mean, it's so much. I'm gonna do a breakdown for Patreon probably, but he makes a statement to Caesar, and he says, "You guys are smart, and you're stronger than us." You see that? So that's how they're playing OJ in this situation. He's just a big, strong. And you see everything he did on that gridiron. Of course, he was able to just kill 2 people, no problem. But 2 people are unpredictable. That's the thing about it. He may be stronger than both of them combined, but to really confine 2 people as one person, repeatedly stabbed him over and over, that's a feat. That's not a regular feat. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna have to grab both of them up with one arm and just come on. Let's be serious. Highly unlikely, but that's how, you know, how they treating it with OJ. But what was the point I was at? Before that, I just wanted to bring that aspect up.
How they were just
over the white girl,
glorifying the white woman.
That white woman is such a big deal that white woman was killed that they won't let it go 23 years later. Won't let it go. Not thinking about letting it go, right? And it's so funny, and this is the thing too. That's why brothers need to go ahead and leave them white women alone, because you had sisters that was in that live chat. I'm watching it on people. Live chat. Talking about, I've been praying. I've been on my knees for OJ gets out. These black women don't know him. They are praying for this brother who left them for a white woman 30 damn years ago. You see what I'm saying? Praying for this brother. Sisters, I'm like, why don't you just let Nicole and Ron, why don't you just let them rest? And why don't you just let this man get on with his life, man? You see what I'm saying? Sisters being the advocates for this brother, right? And that's the type of spirit and type of defense that we need to have for each other, because they defending their people all the way to the end, period, right? Some people will say, well, every cop ain't bad. Well, damn it, you need to look at every cop like they bad. Why? Let's say there is good cops. Okay. But there have been so many black and Hispanic people killed and wrongfully imprisoned behind these cops. To hell with all of them. We got to protect them. I don't care if they got convicted, officer. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 39 and 4.
Read.
None calleth for justice.
Nobody. There it is. For this white girl, justice is being called for. For damn Nicole Simpson, whatever the hell her last name was, justice is continuously being called for the last 20-something years. All the brothers in the room, they watched the trial. You watched the trial when it happened, right? You watched it. You watched it. I was little, so I remember certain aspects, but I don't remember it like that. This brother mama had it all on tape. She's recording every day. Had that on tape to relive it through the Cuba Gooding Jr. Series. You see what I'm saying? But this is something that captivated this whole nation because this white woman died. You see that? The whole nation goes up in arms behind a dead white girl. Black men, Hispanic men is dying every day. No eyes batted. Not from the president, when the president was supposed to be black, which of course we know is a Hamite. Even he didn't give a damn about Trayvon, about Philandro. When I remember when what's his name got off. It was either when Darren Wilson got off or George Zimmerman. When one of them got off, he said, "Yeah, we're gonna do a civil investigation now." You ever heard of a civil investigation again? No. Madness, garbage, right? Who has something?
I want to correct myself.
Come on.
This was Isaiah 5:4.
Who? Someone else has something? Slide. Okay, go ahead.
None calleth for justice.
Nobody calls for justice for us. Read on.
For truth.
No one is pleading for the truth. I mean, we are, but who the hell are we in this society? No damn body. And then people wonder why we go to the streets and say the things we say. Nobody else is saying them. Nobody else gives us a voice. So we make our own damn voice, right? Now we're monsters. Some devil comes on our comment board, the video is getting locked up. It's about time the law caught up with you. Caught up with us for what? Our First Amendment? I thought I had a right to say what the hell I want to say. Right? Then I tell him, well, the case got thrown out. He wants to respond back. Don't worry, they'll be back. You see that? The pride of the white man. And you know why are they doing this? For talking. We ain't killed no white women, no white people at all. They want to get us for talking. Remember that debate we had with them Christians? Y'all remember that, right? What did that damn Elamite, he's Persian, what did he ask us about an hour into that debate? Do you guys want to rape white women? He didn't ask us, do we want to rape women? He didn't ask us, do we want to rape teenage girls, preteen girls? He didn't ask us, do we want to rape black women and Chinese women? He says, do you guys want to rape white women? He didn't care about any other woman. He's supposed to be an East Indian or a Persian. Had no interest in the health and well-being of the women of Persia. Only had interest in the health and well-being of the good old American white hoe. That's the only thing he cared about. That showed a lot. That was strange. You see what I'm saying? Because he tried to connect us with GMS, which GMS is more renowned for their outlandish claims about underage girls, so-called underage girls, extremely underage girls, mind you. Then what? Just you know what I mean? Like, I would expect you to be more concerned about, you know, the statements that GMS has made about 9 and 10, 11 and 12-year-old girls. Instead, he had no concern about that. His concern was, are you guys interested in raping white women? Which, of course, we're not interested in raping any damn body. But he cared about, because that's what America cares about, right? Go ahead.
They trust in vanity and speak lies.
That's right. That's what they do. They trust in vanity, the vanity of America that they have manufactured, right? And everything that comes out of their mouth is a damn lie, because they're the devil. The devil is a liar.
They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity.
That's right. That's what they're doing now with this body cam footage and not releasing statements during this investigation. They're conceiving mischief. How are we going to be able to justify this? That's the question. Right? Go ahead. That's it on that. Go to Isaiah 63. I want to say it's about the 5th verse. Let me see the 5th verse. 5th? That's what I want? Go ahead, read it. There we go. That's what I need.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 5. And I looked, and there was none to help.
So the Most High looks around, and there's nobody helping us. There's none to help. Go ahead.
And I wondered that there was none to uphold.
And he wondered, he said, all this madness, all this travesty, all these atrocities happening to blacks and Hispanics, and nobody's helping them. Nobody's going to help them up off the floor. Not nobody. Not one nation, right? Go ahead.
Therefore, mine own arm brought salvation.
So he sent his son. That's the only option at this point. To sing Yahushua. That's it. Because the Hamites ain't going to help you. They're not going to save you. The Edomites sure as hell ain't going to save you. The Moabites don't want to save you. They want to extort you, exploit you. The Arabs, the damn Israelites don't want to save you. So who got to come and save you? One of your own. That's the only person that's going to save you. Go ahead.
Therefore, mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury.
That's right. And the Lord is going to furiously save us and destroy these nations through his son. Because he said so. And he's right for saying so. Because we're just going to be destroyed if he don't do it. Zohar, you had something? Go ahead, open it. What questions everybody got? Officer.
I just wanted to point out, when we're saved out of all this, Ecclesiasticus 40 and 12. All bribery and injustice shall be blotted out, but true dealing shall endure forever.
You see that? All the works of the white man, this great America that he is built up, is going to be blotted out. They bring that out in Planet of the Apes. People who don't know about the old original Planet of the Apes don't understand. The white man's work is blotted out in the Planet of the Apes. You see what I'm saying? It's blotted out. This cracker just coming down the beach trying to escape from the Planet of the Apes. All of a sudden, the Statue of Liberty is poking out of the sand. It got blotted out. America, all that, everything that he knew, and it was a better place ran by apes, aka who? Niggas. Okay? He based it off of niggas. The Watch Riots, 64. He turned around 67, 68, 69, put the movies out. TV show. Then there was the adaptation. You had Tim Burton's adaptation with Matt Damon. You remember that?
I remember that.
Matt Damon. Who's seen that one with Matt Damon? This nigga go to the Planet of the Apes, get on a spaceship, think he escaped the planet, comes back to Earth. Earth is the Planet of the Apes as well. It's an Abraham Lincoln statue. You can't, meaning there's, what did that show you? This is gonna happen, man. We getting rulership, officer. And ever and ever, wherever you go, soldier.
Man, there was powerful imagery on that because they had the statue of the horse just like down, and the dude was on his knees and he's right here crying.
No, you did it! You did it! we gonna do it, all right? We are going to do it, okay? This whole place is gonna be buried, thus saith the Lord. How did we read it again?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 39.
Actually, Salaki, everybody hold questions, Salaki. I forgot I had something else to go into, so tell them hold questions. Go ahead.
All bribery and injustice shall be blotted out.
The white man built a kingdom on bribery. The Most High says that shall be blotted out. Read on.
But true dealings.
True dealings. Not false dealings. True dealings. Predicated upon the laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? Go ahead.
Shall endure forever.
And that's how we're going to get the kingdom. Because that's what we're doing with each other. We're dealing truthfully according to the law. Right? Holding ourselves to a higher standard. And through that, will our kingdom be established under who the world calls Christ and the Most High. Right?